Yo, what up, guys? Underground Mangaverse here, bringing you another chapter of One Piece called Melee Dumplings. On the cover page, we have Chopper, a monkey, and a squirrel eating Rumble Ball candy. Now, we know if these were real Rumble Balls, they would be turning into various different sorts of monsters based on Chopper's various functions on them. Now, with that out of the way, let's jump right into the chapter. To kick things off, we pick up somewhere throughout the battles that are happening in Onigashima. We get a talk between some of the gifters and Speed. Speed is handing out dongos to each of the gifters, telling them that this is from Queen and that they will heal you. But we all know that these are dongos from Tama to give out to the gifters so that they fall under her control. So Speed doing this is a real MVP move. And then we get a flashback of Tama trying to go to Onigashima and uses Speed to get there. And on that way, she is ripping out dongos from her cheek left and right to the point that she is exhausted. And Speed tells her to chill out because there's a lot. And for her, this isn't enough because she's trying to win. She wants to see Wano without Kaido and Orochi in power and Momo as Shogun. So she is doing whatever she can to make sure that that dream is realized. And I gotta say, Tama, I really hope she joins the Straw Hats because this is a really Straw Hat move. She's putting everyone before her and trying to help everyone so that they can see a brighter future for tomorrow. And then she says that she doesn't want to go hungry. She wants to eat. So this really hits home because she when we first got introduced to her, she was starved to the point that she drank poisoned water and almost died because of it. So seeing this growth is astounding in her. Then we see more gifters, Gazelle Man and Daifugu, and they're running through the halls, also delivering dongos to any gifters that they see throughout the hall to make sure that they form an alliance with Tama and go against the Beast Pirates. So with these numbers flipping, this isn't 5,000 against 27,000 anymore. This is starting to turn into an evening of the playing field. So if they get enough dongos into enough gifters that are on the island, they could have a considerable amount of force that could easily shift the tides of battles, as we'll see coming up in later pages of the chapter. On these pages, we also get to see the interaction between some of the Udon prisoners and Daifugu, who was one of the guards at the prison. And they want to cut him down, but he's like, nah, chill. I'm on your side now. Which you love to see it because this is how war goes. Some people just turn sides and you don't even know. You can't trust nobody out there. But he's helping them and you love to see it. Okay, next we cut over to see Frankie's fight with Sasaki, and they're just going at each other intensely. So we get Frankie using General Left on Sasaki, shooting bullets at him, which Sasaki is just tanking and still stampeding towards him. And he charges him, slamming him into a wall, but Frankie is holding his horn nose from piercing his General Shogun. So then we get Frankie flipping Sasaki onto the ground and slamming him into the floor. And as he's about to start charging another move, we got a whole bunch of gifters from Sasaki's armor corps just holding him down so that Frankie can't move. And now Sasaki is back up on his feet and is getting ready to charge Frankie again. But this time, Frankie won't be able to stop it. Then we get Nami, Usopp, and Tama on top of Komochio riding towards them, leading a whole bunch of gifters and other Zone Devil Fruit users from the Beast Pirates to Frankie and Sasaki, which is not helping them at all. Sasaki notices what is going on and commands all the gifters that are following Nami and them to block the way so that they can't escape because they have advantage in numbers. And that's when we get a funny panel of Nami, Usopp, and Tama just smiling and laughing because all of those gifters are on their side. And this is what you love to see because this is the tides of battles turning in the Straw Hats' favor, which is what they do in every island they go to. They start turning the tides in their favor no matter how unfavorable they may be. And this is no different. With this event unfolding, Tama now commands the gifters that are under her control to help Frankie and get these other gifters from the armor corps off of. Sasaki ends up slamming into the gifters, but Frankie thankfully jumps out of the way. This bothers Sasaki because he does not understand what is going on and the force that is Tama. So he asks what is going on and sees Page One and Alti coming towards them saying they turned code, which I just love the use of this word because you don't hear it enough and it fits definitely with the pirate aesthetic that One Piece is, because they could have easily said traitors, but turncoats sounds way better and more piratey, so you just love to see it. Sasaki then starts to question them saying, you guys turned traitor? For what? Like, we could easily win. Why are you guys turning traitor on us? So he doesn't really fully understand the power of Tama's devil fruit. Wait, actually, do we even know if this is a devil fruit? This could just be like a mysterious power that Tama just has. I don't know, because Raizo has that scroll technique that just absorbs absorb Kaido's blast breath, but we know he doesn't have a devil fruit. This is actually I just thought of this is actually interesting. Maybe Tama doesn't have a devil fruit. Maybe she just has mystical powers. It wouldn't be that outside the realm of possibilities, but anything could go in One Piece. But anyway, let's get right back on track. Ulti jumps into the air, stating that this is probably one of their powers, and says, "Seems like you want me to crush his skull again," talking to Nami, and Nami says, "Nah, we're not doing that again," and sends out a thunder tempo to strike Ulti. Now, I felt this because Ulti has been one of my top Toby robos since she was introduced, and she totally got hit by this. But Nami then says, "This isn't enough to take her down," and we see that because she just lands on the ground and says, "I'll get her for that because that hurt." And nah, Ulti is not going down, and I really want to see a fight between her and Nami now. So Usopp then starts shooting dongos from his black kabuto and into the gifter's mouth. So now they're rounding up more people, and Sasaki is seeing this firsthand of what's going on, but he's still in confusion of what's actually happening. But Frankie catches him off guard and says, "You should be focusing on me, or this is our fight," and uses an attack called V is for Victory Flash and cuts Sasaki on the underbelly. We then cut over to somewhere else in the banquet hall on the third floor in Black Maria's brothel. We see that Sanji has been captured and detained by Black Maria, but he has beaten down all of the men that were there and left the women untouched, which is a very Sanji trait. We all know that he can attack women. It's just something that Zeff implanted into his essence. So he's not gonna attack any women. And Black Maria tells him to call for Nico Robin and that this lady over here will be able to relay your message to them, to everyone in the banquet hall. So Sanji says, "What do you need from her and why are you here to capture her?" Black Maria states, we're just gonna do some pirate things and, just cut her up and get all the information we need from her and use her to our various needs, and maybe in a couple years we'll kill her. Sanji reacts to this and says, "Underestimate Nico Robin at your own peril," which is something different that we got in the scans this week. Sanji just says straight up, "Don't underestimate Nico Robin," but here he says, "Underestimate her at your own peril," which is way better than the scans. It was this gives off a whole different vibe. Like, this is a threat. Before it was just a caution in the scans. This is a threat. This is like, you underestimate her, she will cross you and you will lose. Finally, we cut down to the performance floor where we see Hung Bao, I believe, who is relaying a message that she has found the samurai that Law teleported from the rooftop to safety, and she is saying that they're in a treasury room somewhere on the second floor exterior. She says this to King, and King says, "So they escaped from Kaido. Alright, fine. Somebody go and kill them." And this message gets relayed back to Black Maria, who states that they are close by that area and they're going to kill them. And Sanji, he overhears this and says, "Don't do that. Don't do that." in a look of desperation. He's like, don't do that. But Hung Bao says, "I see 10 people in there, and this didn't hit me until just now because I was like, 10 people, yeah, that makes sense. Like Kanjuro, all of them. It didn't hit me until just now when I realized that Kanjuro was the one that got slain down. So we're back to 9 again. So 10 people doesn't make sense." And in the final scenes of the chapter, we see a shadowy figure attempting to heal the samurai that are down in the room. And to me, this looks like Toki, but I can't be too sure. It could be Hiyori. It's either Hiyori or Toki, whichever one of them. It has to be one of those two. We did not see Toki die in the flashback. All we saw was a gunshot and blood splatter from off panel. And now we know Oda loves to do this just so he could bring back a character. So the option for Toki still being alive and being in this room is kind of like 25%, or this could be Hiyori and she just stowed away on Speed's ship with Tama and them. But with that, guys, that ends the chapter. Now for my thoughts on the chapter, I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10. It definitely didn't give us as much action as last chapter with all of the chaos that was ensuing and all of the things we got to see, but this was definitely a strong one. Honestly, I'd probably give this a 9 out of 10 because the thing with Tama in the beginning was very good, and she is probably MVP of the chapter. Yeah, Tama, Speed, Gazelle Man, and Daifugo definitely held the chapter together. They definitely turned the tides for the Straw Hats, and I really can't see them losing, as Old Man Hyo said. Now I wanted to get into Tama's possible devil fruit because coming across this chapter and actually thinking about it and sitting on it, I don't know. She might have a devil fruit, she might not. If she does, that would be okay. But if she didn't, I really want to know the limitations of her powers, because as you can see in this chapter, she filled up about 3 bags, maybe more, full of dongos to beat out to the gifters, and those will definitely change the outcome of this war. So Tama being here was definitely a huge plus for the alliance, and And the thing is, CP0 doesn't even know about her, so they miscalculated. That's gonna be one of their downfalls of how they predict this. Then we got main fights with the Straw Hats. We got Nami, Usopp, Tama, Frankie, Komochio, and random gifters against Sasuke, Page One, and Ulti. That's gonna be very pivotal since they're not solo fights anymore. They're grouped up. I mean, they will be solo fights, but most likely they will be helping each other through each of their fights, switching on and off, playing off each other's strengths and weaknesses to ensure that they win, because at the end of the day, this is a war and this is pirates against pirates. So not many things need to be fair, but we probably will get some real dope fights. And then at the end of the chapter, we get Sanji being captured, and we all see it coming. Now with Black Maria saying, oh, call Nico Robin here, I don't think Sanji's gonna do it, but what I do think is that Robin is gonna come there, but not because Sanji asked her to, because Sanji would never put Nami or Robin or any woman in danger, so he definitely wouldn't call her there willing. So I think Black Maria is gonna somehow get her to go there, whether using Sanji as a hostage or not. And then finally, at the very end of the chapter, the mysterious figure that's helping the samurai, I really want to believe that is Toki, and it might very well be, but I'm probably gonna lean on Hiyori because that's what makes the most sense there. She kind of needs to be here. She said she wanted to be here, and her not being here, contradicts everything that she says, her character. So I do believe that she stowed away on the boat that Speed came here on. But if it is Toki, my question would be, how did she survive the past 20 years in Wano country without anybody seeing her or anyone noticing? I mean, the easy answer to that question is probably Yamato, since she probably would have known of her existence and why she's on the island. But I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the chapter down in the comments. And with that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.